So recently I was working on a project that featured a lot of red in the image. It's this red motorcycle that was being built by a guy wearing a red shirt. And I thought to myself when I was editing it, this just looks kind of off. It doesn't look right. And then I remembered that I had recently changed my GPU. But I also realized that kind of set the color profile that I had set on my computer for my monitor. This is the Monoprice Dark Matter 49-inch monitor. So I needed to recalibrate it, and I thought that this would be a great time to show off the new SpyderX Elite from Datacolor. And I've used one of their older products in the past, but this is the latest and greatest, and they did send it over as part of a kit. This is their Capture Pro kit. So today we're just going to be taking a look at calibrating the monitor with the Elite SpyderX, and then maybe we'll take a look at the entire kit a little bit later on, but it made a huge difference to my image, so let's check it out. Thanks for watching 9 to 5 Toys. Be sure to like, subscribe, and enable notifications with the bell icon so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Hey everyone, I'm Jordan with 9 to 5 Toys. So what does the SpyderX Elite do? In its most basic form, the SpyderX Elite from Datacolor uses sensors to take light readings from the room, as well as the color and brightness that a monitor is able to produce. It then uses those readings to create a profile that gets it more accurate to match printed materials. For me, in practice, it made a huge difference in the oversaturation of reds that my monitor was showing. When comparing the calibrated and uncalibrated views, the difference was pretty striking. And Datacolor did send over the kit, which includes a lot more than just the SpyderX Elite, but seeing as we are just calibrating the monitor today, we're just going to be focusing on the SpyderX Elite. But they have kits for photographers, for videographers, for print, lots of different kits for lots of different mediums that can be really beneficial to make sure that you're getting accurate color when you are printing or shipping some sort of content. So first up, you will need Datacolor SpyderX Elite software. Included in the kit was a card with codes to register the SpyderX Elite as well as the Spyder checker. Once SpyderX Elite is installed, launching the software will take it through a setup tutorial that ensures the monitor is set for the best settings. First off, you'll need to enter some information about your monitor, laptop, or projector that you will be calibrating. It can seem a little daunting kind of choosing these settings, but I found that there are lots of helpful hints kind of over on the right or down below that will help guide you through to make sure that you're choosing the most accurate settings for your display. After entering some information about the display, next is selecting a workflow. Datacolor offers a simple step-by-step assistant option that is the quickest mode, a studio match for ensuring color is matched between multiple displays, and expert console which opens up more controls. Unless you really need to fine-tune the display, the step-by-step assistant seems to be the best option for most, and that's what I use. Moving into calibration settings, there are options for recalibrating the display, checking the accuracy, and doing a full calibration. I typically just run the full calibration. Next up are some targets that can be set for gamma, white point, and brightness. And the only thing that really surprised me throughout this process were the brightness recommendations. I have some windows over here by my computer that I usually like to have open to let a little bit more light into my room and make it a little bit brighter during the day, but that is not great for color accuracy and color calibration. The SpyderX Elite will measure the ambient light and suggest a brightness setting, but in almost every lighting scenario in my office, that recommended setting was much darker than I expected. The suggested brightness caps out at 120, but setting it any lower than 200 felt like a stretch for me and the Monoprice display. To reach a brightness level of 200, I had to turn my monitor brightness down to 19 out of 100. And I can see where it's coming from, for optimal settings, but I really like having a little bit of window light coming in during the day and typically want to set my brightness higher because of that. And then once those targets are set, place the SpyderX Elite on the desk and it will take an ambient light reading for some suggested ratings. After that, the software will prompt you to unclip the counterweight from the back and hang the SpyderX Elite over the monitor so that it is centered for taking the light reading, and there is a little place you can line it up on your monitor. First, it will measure the brightness of your monitor and prompt you to use the physical controls on your display to dial it into the recommended settings. Once that is set, the software will run through more color and brightness scenarios to create a color profile for the display that hits the brightness and white point targets. And then once that's complete, you can save your profile. And I typically put a name after it like, Dark Matter 49 200 to indicate that I had the brightness set to 200. There might be, a different scenario where you want to make a dimmer calibration setting. So if you are using it at night with, much dimmer lights, then you have it calibrated well for that. And then next is a screen that shows the difference between the uncalibrated and calibrated settings, which was pretty shocking in my experience. And that's what I've been having here in the back, is the calibrated versus uncalibrated display. And you can hit full screen and then use spacebar to kind of toggle back and forth between these two different settings and see what a difference it is making. For my monitor, the whole image was oversaturated, but the biggest difference was definitely in the reds. And while that may look good for watching, media or playing games, if you like a really oversaturated look, these oversaturated colors can really mess with your image when it comes to creating photos, videos, or other visual content. For me, those oversaturated colors really played into skin tones and made me always think that my face was super flushed, which it generally is pretty red, but not that red. So having it calibrated, that lined up a little bit better with what the Lumetri scopes within Adobe Premiere Pro show, and just made it look better overall and more accurate. So overall, wrapping up here, if you are a content creator or a photographer or any sort of other visual creator, having a calibrated display makes a huge difference. I can remember back in the day when I was working on a lot of MacBook Pros, those displays and other higher end displays are usually pretty well calibrated. Like there are some you can kind of depend on right out of the box. But when it comes to something that's a little bit cheaper, like this monoprice Dark Matter 49-inch monitor, ensuring that your color is calibrated can make a really big difference when it comes to content creation. And in my experience, data color makes that very easy to do with the SpyderX Elite. And talking about pricing, the SpyderX Elite by itself does come in at $270. And they do have a more affordable version, the SpyderX Pro, which I believe comes in at $170, so $100 cheaper, which still has really simple, powerful calibration tools, but not as many as what you get with the SpyderX Elite. But if you want to pick up the Capture Pro kit, it includes the SpyderX Elite, the Spyder Lens Cowl for calibrating lenses, the Spyder Cube, which helps to set white balance, and the Spyder Checker, which is a next level camera color calibration with software-based HSL presets. And that combo kit does come in at $400, so quite a bit more money, but you're getting some very powerful tools, if you want to ensure that your lenses are calibrated and that you're getting accurate color out of camera as well. All right, and that's gonna do it for our look at the SpyderX Elite. Of course, I'll have links to everything down in the description below if you want to check them out. And if you're looking for some other videos to watch, I'll link to my review of the monoprice Dark Matter 49, as well as our most recent video. And thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I'm Jordan with 9to5 Toys.